Hi, who am I? Well, I'm not a robot. I am, however, one of the most exciting pieces of technology that our library has. I'm interactive, I'm responsive, adaptive, and I can learn. I'm Resa, and this is my Technology Smackdown. As we share the technology in our Technology Smackdowns, we share the technology that we use most in our libraries. But I want to take a minute and let you know, I think the most important technology is the technology of ourselves. As we learn, develop, and evolve, we become better teachers, better librarians, better members of our society. We need to remember to take care of this irreplaceable technology. Hi, I'm Resa. I'm a librarian. I am not a robot. But I am one of the most exciting pieces of technology that our library has. I'm interactive, responsive, adaptive, and I can learn. This is my Technology Smackdown. And in our Technology Smackdown, we share the top 20 favorite technology programs for our libraries. Even with that, I think the most important technology is the technology of ourselves. As we learn, develop, and evolve, we become better teachers, better librarians, and better members of our society. We need to remember to take care of this irreplaceable technology. But with any technology, we need to do maintenance, provide updates, and ensure proper energy access. What I recommend is quiet, some relaxation, premium fuel, and exercise. Our dictionary tells us what technology is and what technology is not. But what I'm going to share here is what I think the important technology we can use in our libraries is. Other technology that we need to take care of is that of a budgetary nature. I rely heavily on our state and local resources. The Colorado Department of Education has great resources which our school would not be able to afford on our own. Some of the tools include resources for migrant families. I know that here in Colorado, all of the migrant families that we deal with are Spanish, from Mexico. And the resources come in Spanish. Some are bilingual. They include the K through 6 curriculum for the Mexican school system and comes with all of the books. We couldn't buy those. They also promote literacy with a program called One Book for Colorado, where every family in Colorado with a 4-year-old gets a free book to keep. We're able to identify younger siblings and hand out books through our schools. One Book for Colorado books are also available in Spanish. Closer to home, we certainly rely on the resources provided through the Loveland Public Library. Summer reading programs, new books, current and cutting-edge applications and programs. The Loveland Public Library Children's Department works closely with the Thompson R2J School District to support our curriculum and to offer after-school programs. Their budget allows for author visits, and our schools have had the opportunity to meet authors such as Margaret Patterson Haddix. We've been able to Skype through the public library with Mo Willems and talk to David Catrow. The Loveland Public Library has the technology to film and save these presentations for our schools to enjoy later. The public library also has, well, I would call it a bookmobile, but it's not. It's a book bike, but bookmobiles are making a comeback. They can visit our schools and they can bring the technology which includes drones and tablets and games along with the books they bring. Bookmobiles certainly are getting popular again. Closer to our school libraries, but still not impacting our budget, some of the technologies I use daily are my cell phone, my computer, and tablet, but not for lesson planning or texting. I use these interfaces to stay current and up to date with what the ALA, AASL, and other schools are doing. I use a program called Flipster to access magazines and trade periodicals. I subscribe to and read the school library journal, and I am able to attend webinars, webcasts, e-learning opportunities from my desk, from my dinner table, or even my car as I am waiting to pick up kids after their sporting events. Which brings us to the technology we can use in our libraries. HyperDocs. That's a program that works with our kids. We hear all the time about 21st century learning. And we do actually want our kids to be creative. We want them to be critical thinkers, to be able to communicate and collaborate. But do we generally ask them to sit quietly? HyperDocs is a great interactive Google Doc replacing the worksheet method. What it is it uses technology, not to teach technology, but it uses technology to teach. Edmodo is a great way to communicate with other schools, other districts, parents, students. Sometimes just keep notes for ourselves. Edmodo focuses on teaching, not on paperwork. It's very intuitive, and it keeps everything on one platform. It's designed to give all of us complete control over the digital classroom. I like to say Edmodo is a digital file cabinet. It's great for education, and moms and dads like it too, as well as the students, because they can use tests, be quizzed, and share information via Edmodo. 3D Bear is a program that provides students and schools with learning modules. Their approach is not driven by technology, but by people. They put the learner into the center of what they're doing and model 3D programs with a 21st century skill. It's a great way to have 3D models without moving your head. Teaches kids to learn math and number series, and also a lot about computer programming. Other programs like YouTube or EduTube, connections are being able to be made from our classrooms. In this example, astronaut Kate Rubens made a video which she posted to YouTube reading Rosie the Riveter for the Read Aloud Day. I cannot think of anything that exemplifies the diversity of learning and unlimited future for our kids more than taking a read aloud session and having them hear a story actually read to them from space. The technology that allows us to record and share stories is expanding, and it's very empowering. OER, which means Open Educational Resources, are teaching and learning materials that we as educators can use freely without charge. There's Creative Commons or GNU license that specify how you can share these programs. Open education is collective, and it's a way to program initiatives. It opens up education and development. Open education resources, OER, are fantastic for a school on a budget. Next, we have the LinkedIn SlideShare. LinkedIn is a professional program, but the SlideShare is a great way to use, to share, and to learn about any topic from other experts. SlideShare was founded in 2006, but the SlideShare program for education is much newer, and it's very easy to use. It's faster, and it allows us to absorb the same information quicker and easier because the kids are more involved. Next we have S'more. S'more is a great way to make newsletters. I know that brochures can be boring, plain, or sometimes cluttered. S'more is a great program that's pretty much foolproof. It allows you to customize, and your newsletters are mobile. You can download it and or print it. The next program I have, or the next technology, is Magisto, M-A-G-I-S-T-O. Probably pronouncing it wrong, but that's okay, because Magisto automatically turns our videos that we take in class into movies, and it's great to share. This is a program that's wonderful for music programs or field trips. school trips, anything where we want to save the information and be able to share it in a very professional manner with other people. Our next program is ThingLink. ThingLink is a program that enhances images with additional notes. You can include photos, you can include audio or visual, and other multimedia content. The photo editor allows and empowers students to create great tours of their favorite places, and this is a tool that students can bring with them on vacation or at home, at the library, but it allows them to bring outside learning back into the classroom. Our next program is probably my favorite and certainly my most frequently used, and that's BrainPop. BrainPop, BrainPop Junior, and BrainPop ESL are programs that support core and supplemental subjects. There's quizzes, there's jokes, there's comic strips, they have videos. It's a great way to teach and to learn on a huge number of subjects for almost every grade. Supporting BrainPop is BrainPop Educator, which, like the rest of BrainPop, is very easy to use. It's bright and fun, but it gives lesson plans, stuff that the kids don't care about, but we still want to have access to. Our next program is Edutopia. Edutopia is a George Lucas Foundation program. It's a nonprofit, and really what it is a comprehensive website that helps to increase knowledge and shares what works in education. It streamlines information, sorts it, stores it, and makes it accessible for all teachers. Within the program, they emphasize core strategies, project-based learning, comprehensive assessments, and technology integration. Our next one is Kurzweil. Kurzweil is an adaptive technology that allows people, students, to be independently accessed to content. It's an assistive technology that really helps break down barriers for our students who need this technology. They can address their own learning challenges, they can build confidence, and they can do this on their own. Bookshare is another program that's an adaptive technology. Bookshare is a free reading technology solution for schools and districts. As I said, it's free, and it is available for students with print disabilities. You can register for it through the Office of Special Education, and it's the world's largest online library of accessible ebooks with over 450,000 titles. These books are available in many different options. They're read aloud. They can be followed along with highlighted text. They can be read with large fonts and even in Braille. Bookshare is a great program for any library, and it's free. Our next program is Read and Write. This Read-Write program helps to translate language. It helps support reading in the school or at home, and it's great for students and even adults with dyslexia or other learning disabilities. Some of the work is read with out loud text predictions, picture dictionaries, and a summary. They've also done the same thing with the math program, where they've made math digital, and it takes the pain out of creating mathematical expressions digitally. Nearpod is a program that you can open up in PowerPoint. And when you open up Nearpod and all of your class has an iPod or another tablet, what you open in the PowerPoint presentation appears on every student's tablet, and the teacher, you, the librarian, gets to control everything that is shown from your tablet to their tablets. It's a great way to keep all of your students focused and working on this at the same pace. Newsia is a great way to share articles with the students. Sometimes if we find an article that we think would be great to share with the school, maybe it's right for 5th grade, but not for 3rd grade. Maybe it's great for 3rd grade, but not for 5th grade. Newsia is a way to find the reading level and make sure to streamline all articles to the same reading level. This site houses a collection of current news articles from sources across the country like the Washington Post, Associated Press, and the staff has adapted it for 5 different reading levels, allowing all students, all readers in your school to simply select the level they want and read the same content in a manner that they can comprehend. Next, we have Sketchboard. Sketchboard looks like a sketch. Sketchboard has a lot of the same features and works with mind mapping tools. Users can collaborate on the same sketch, and you have unlimited items to map. Makes your map a lot more visual, a lot more fun, and a lot more digital. Next, we have ClassTel, which is a great site for teachers who want to create an educational website for their class, for their school, and for their families. EduPlay is a great way to create interactive multimedia, again, that teachers can share with the classes, with their students across the district and across their school. I appreciate you listening to my Technology Smackdown. I hope you got some great ideas that you can use in your class. If you have any questions, as I said, I'm not a robot, and you can reach me at txm72440@ucmo.edu. I'm Resa Mai, and this is my Technology Smackdown. And with any technology, we need to do maintenance, provide updates, and ensure proper energy access. I recommend quiet relaxation, premium fuel, and, of course, exercise. But what is technology? The Merriam-Webster says that it's a capability given by the practice application of knowledge. It also says it's the specialized aspect of a particular field of endeavor. Whatever technology is, I'm going to share with you some of my favorite technology to use in a library. Some of the other technologies that we'll start with, a little bit further away from ourselves, is technology of a budgetary nature. I rely heavily on the state and local resources. Colorado Department of Education has wonderful resources, which our school would not be able to afford on our own. Some of the tools include resources for migrant families, which are all in Spanish, and they include the kindergarten through 6th grade Mexican curriculum with all of the class books. Colorado Department of Education also promotes literacy through One Book for Colorado, where every family in the state with a 4-year-old gets a free book to keep. We're able to identify younger siblings and hand out books through our school. One Book for Colorado is a way to share literacy. It's also available in Spanish. A little bit closer to home again, we certainly rely on the resources provided through the Loveland Public Library. Our summer reading program is sponsored through the public library. They provide new books, current and cutting-edge applications, and programs. The Loveland Public Library Children's Department works closely with the Thompson R2J School District to support our curriculum and to offer after-school programs. Their budget allows for author visits and for our students to have the opportunity to meet authors such as Margaret Patterson Haddix. It allows and encourages our students to come in and read with a buddy. And our kids even got to Skype with Mo Willems and talk to David Catrow. The Loveland Public Library has technology to film and save these presentations for our students to enjoy later. Along with the summer reading program, the Loveland Public Library does not have a bookmobile. We do have a book bike. The public library allows classes and schools to use the book bike to bring different technology to them. These technologies allow the library to bring their collections to the school. Bookmobiles and book bikes are making a comeback because they bring more than just books. They have high-tech tools, tablets, Wi-Fi, drones, all available to check out, and as I said, they bring them to our schools. I also use something every day. Something that doesn't impact our budget, but it's technology I use on my cell phone, my computer, and my tablet. Not for lesson planning or for texting. I use these interfaces to stay current and up to date with what ALA, AASL, and other schools are doing. I use Flipster to access magazines and trade periodicals. I subscribe to and read the school library journal. I'm able to attend webinars, webcasts, e-learning opportunities from my desk, from my dinner table, or even my car as I wait to pick up kids from their sporting events. Some of the other technology that we use actually in our library, and the ones that do have a cost, first is HyperDocs. HyperDocs is a great way to, well, engage our students. As we hear a lot about 21st century learning, we want our students to be creative. We want them to be collaborative, critical thinkers. We want them to share and communicate clearly. But we want them to do all of this and still sit quietly. HyperDocs is transformative. It's like an interactive Google Docs, and it replaces the worksheet method of delivering information. HyperDocs is, it's technology. It's not just technology. It's technology that helps teach. Edmodo is, well, I think Edmodo is a digital filing cabinet. It's Facebook for teachers. We can lesson plan. We can knowledge share. It has intuitive features and absolutely unlimited storage. It's all on one profile, and Edmodo allows us to work with each other across the hall, across the district, across the country, and around the world. Edmodo is a great way to share information with other teachers, but also with students, with their families. We can give tests, we can give quizzes, different assessments, and we can share the feedback using Edmodo. 3D Bear? What a fun program. 3D Bear is an environment where they model 21st century skills. It's an inventive way that we can use in our classroom 3D models. It allows us to connect the dots using our eyes. It's virtual reality, and kids can learn math and number series. YouTube, got to be careful with YouTube, because YouTube is not always the educational platform we would like it to be. EduTube is better, but here we can see that Kate Rubins, who's an astronaut, took the time up in space to post to YouTube, and her posting is her reading Rosie the Riveter for Read Aloud Day. I can't think of anything that exemplifies the diversity of learning and unlimited future for our kids more than actually having a read aloud session and having them hear a story from outer space. Imagine what the kids are thinking then. This technology allows us to record and share stories that expands the imagination. It empowers our students, and it is a great way to share a story around the world from a different perspective. The next program I'm sharing is called OER, or Open Educational Resources. And it's a website where teaching and learning materials are open access to all teachers. You can search through this program to find tools that will help you, but really the key to OER is the free aspect of it. It's digital curriculums that professors, teachers, professionals from all walks of life share so that schools have access to that information. Going to take a break from some of my technology to remind us what we learn in our classes. From our book, Empowering Learners, we really need to remember that today's students need to develop information skills that will enable them to use technology as an important tool for learning now and in the future. And I'm an elementary school teacher, so it's the future learning that I really want to build a solid foundation for my students. SlideShare is developed and shared and created through LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a business platform, but SlideShare has an educational platform as well. It's a great way to interactively offer lesson plans to other to other teachers, and share information across the board. As we implement these great technologies in our classrooms, we want to remember that we are indeed creating a learning commons. Carolyn Foote, who was a librarian in Texas, went about redesigning her school library. What she wanted was a space without barriers, one where students would hang out and congregate and engage in cooperative learning. She actually stated that, "I knew I wanted the library to be a campfire space where students could gather, a collaborative space where they could work together in small groups, a transparent space where learning in the school could be seen through the window, a more barrier-free space in terms of student use, and an innovative space where the design would reflect the innovations that are going on inside our campus." With all these words, with all this thought and preparation, really what she wanted to do was create a learning hub for the school. And that's what technology helps us do. And as she said, it helps us have a barrier-free space. S'more is a great way to create beautiful newsletters. Sometimes our brochures get a little boring, a little dry, and a little predictable. S'more is a great program that helps us to create more exciting and interactive newsletters. It's not free, but it is a program that's worth the time, especially if you can get your PTO on board to use it for their newsletters. Magisto is a program where you can create movies from video, from pictures. Magisto helps to make it seamless. This is a great tool for any students who have a smartphone, or for any teachers who want to bring outside learning into their classroom. In our school we have a garden, and we take a lot of slides and videos out in the garden, and we can share them in classrooms through Magisto. ThingLink is a lot like Magisto. It also engages students. It helps to share images, it helps to share videos, and gives a 360-degree virtual lesson. ThingLink is a program that works well with tablets and students who want to learn on their own pace but still use very, very high-tech tools. I know that libraries and teachers, like parents, are not supposed to choose favorites. I'm not like that. I do have an absolute favorite, and that's Brain Pop. Brain Pop comes in 3 flavors: Brain Pop, Brain Pop Junior, and actually Brain Pop ESL, which is a dual language with Spanish. Brain Pop is a fun, very colorful program. Each lesson comes with a video. It comes with tests, quizzes, comics, real-life examples, and it's taught in a manner that the kids love to watch. They're cartoons, but they're still educational. Brain Pop and Brain Pop Junior for elementary schools is a tool that I would not want to be without. And supporting Brain Pop is Brain Pop for Educators, which helps with lesson plans, helps with assessments, mixing up quizzes, and really sharing information on the teacher's side, because not everything is geared towards the students. My next technologies are adaptive technologies. Judith Hyman, the Assistant Secretary of the Office of Special Education and Rehabilitative Services in the Department of Education, said, "For people without disabilities, technology makes things convenient, whereas for people with disabilities, it makes things possible. This fact brings with it an enormous responsibility, because the reverse is also true. Inaccessible technology can make things absolutely impossible for disabled people, a prospect we must avoid. Judith has shared this at the keynote address to Microsoft employees and experts back in 1998, and here it is, 2017, and the facts are just as true. We have to make technology accessible. Kurzweil is an adaptive technology that helps struggling readers use text-to-speech and has many different ways to share information. Kurzweil allows students to hear the text. It allows students to follow along with highlighting, and it even has the text with large print. Bookshare is a program that's supported by the government. Bookshare.org is an accessible online library with over 450,000 titles. Schools, individuals, families with students who have hearing disabilities can access Bookshare. Members can listen to the words read aloud. With deep and a diverse collection, Bookshare is an invaluable resource. Bookshare students must have a qualifying print disability, which prevents them from being able to read print books. However, qualifying students and their school districts and schools can sign up for free with unlimited access to Bookshare. They can also get tools that they can use on their computers, on their tablets, on Chromebooks. Bookshare is a lifesaver. CAST. The National Center on the Use of Emerging Technologies supports CAST to help close the literacy gap. The description includes information on supporting literacy within school. They state that 36% proficient readers in the U.S. 8th grade, and we have got to increase that. CAST will help close that gap. My next 3 sites are through Text Help. Text Help is a program that's free for teachers. There is the Read Write, which makes literacy tasks simpler, quicker, easier, and more accurate. Read Write has the ability to read, voice read, emails or documents with text prediction, picture dictionaries, and summary highlights. Really, Read Write lets everyone read, everyone write, and express themselves more confidently. From the same company, Text Help, They do also have access to math. Nearpod. You got to picture yourself with your students. You got to think working with them. With Nearpod, if every student in your class has an iPod, or tablet, and you open up a PowerPoint presentation on your technology, what you have in front of you appears on every student's tablet, and you can control the pace of the slides from your tablet, which helps keep your kids on task, keeps them focused, and it's a really great way to make sure they're following along. Newsela is, well, what it does is it takes news articles, which if we're studying current events, we want to be able to share with our class. But sometimes the current events aren't age or class appropriate. Newsela is a program that lets you share the same information with all of your classes. With Newsela, what they do, they have a big collection of current events from places like the Washington Post or the Associated Press, and the staff adapts all of the articles in 5 different reading levels. They allow students to simply select the level they want, and they can read the exact same content in a manner that's most appropriate for each of the grades. ClassTel. This is a good program. It is a way for teachers to make an educational website that they can share with other teachers. They can share with their teaching partners, their students, and students' families. What I want you to remember with all of these technologies that I shared, that as I said at the beginning, I'm not a robot, but I think I'm one of the most important pieces of technology in my library. And I'd like you to remember that all the technology in the world cannot replace a caring face. Thank you.